Welcome to Short-Term Rentals, the do's
and the don'ts,
and the shake my head moments. We are your hosts, Mark Starrett,
and Annette Starrett,
and together we are Team Starrett. This podcast is brought to you by Team Starrett at eXp Realty in the Great Smoky Mountains. We have to pay the light bill, so give us a call if you're in the market for a short-term rental, residential home, whether you're buying or selling. Team Starrett can help you. Numbers here are 865-773-5504 or 865-292-1633 or our main office number at 888-519-5113, extension 1425. Team Starrett is here to help you. Well, welcome to our podcast. Can't believe it's the end of the year already. Where did time go in that?
Yes, where did 2022 go?
Well, yeah, went too fast, as it usually does. And we hope everybody is getting ready for the holidays. And this will be our last podcast until the beginning of next year. You may have noticed we changed the name of our podcast. We changed it to Short-Term Rentals, Do's and Don'ts, and Shake My Head Moments. We also have a Facebook group out there, same name. So please look us up on Facebook and please feel free to join. We're doing almost daily Shake My Head moments as well as do's and don'ts. And we find that it's very helpful. And we try to interject some humor into what we do. I know that when we do these Shake My Head moments in regard to guests, it kind of, sometimes it reflects on a little bit negative on the guests. But you can't make this stuff up, can you?
No, you can't.
And that's why we're doing this. And the whole purpose of this podcast and the ones that we're going to be doing in the future is to give back. Again, we've done this for years, and we've owned 20 short-term rentals, everywhere from condos to cabins to RVs that we put out on Airbnb and VRBO and all the other formats that are out there. And we decided once we did all this that we wanted to give something back in the knowledge that we have and gained over the years. But we also found that if you don't laugh at things, you sometimes cry.
Absolutely. And sometimes you just have to laugh at yourself.
And we laugh at ourselves quite a bit. So with that, we were going to get into our shake my head moments. And this is none of this year end. I think next year when we're towards the end, we'll recap our shake my head moments because I'm sure there's going to be a few. And also, too, if you have shake my head moments, if you're listening to us on YouTube, please feel free to comment some of your shake my head moments because we'd love to hear those. And we can read those on our next podcast as well.
So we would be happy to share.
Absolutely. Here is today's shake my head moment. We had a condo in Gatlinburg, and it was off of Ski View Drive, and it was in the mountains. I mean, it was up there. Beautiful views, absolutely gorgeous. And one of the things, it was in a resort, and one of the things the resort was known for was bears. I mean, we had bears, not just the resort, the Great Smoky Mountains in general had black bears throughout. And bears would wander through the resort sometimes, depending on what time of year it is. But they would be known to show up at the resort, and there was pamphlets throughout the condo as far as the resort stating what to do if you see a bear, that type of thing. But a lot of tourists like to come here specifically to see the black bear. Well, we had a guest staying at our condo, and we received a lower than what we normally would receive rating. And this was a 5-star condo as far as our ratings are concerned. But this was a little bit lower than that. And the guest's main complaint was we allowed black bear at the resort. So you all can thank us for the bears that are at the Great Smoky Mountains. We'll take complete credit for that.
And that brings us to today's do's and don'ts. Do inform your guests about the possibility of bears roaming around the property, if you have a short-term rental in bear country, that is. Also, make sure you have information on what to do if they encounter a bear. Don't assume your guests will like seeing bears. We guess it would be like going whale watching and being upset that you saw a whale. Can't make this stuff up.
We are putting together our 2023 podcast schedule, and we're looking at doing the following topics. One podcast will be on the various loan options for short-term rentals. Self-manage, co-host, or property manage. Which one is best? And we've done all three. Bed bugs, what to do if it happens, and the best prevention. How to deal with an unruly guest. Sometimes that happens, and we're going to give you some good tips on how to handle it. The platforms to advertise your short-term rental.
And we also have some suggestions of topics from our Facebook group. Justin is wanting to know, being a new short-term rental owner, how to go about taking care of everything from hiring cleaners down to purchasing toilet paper. Also, Brenna is asking about doing platforms and apps for automation and the importance of financing and structuring a deal when you go to purchase your short-term rental. Also, Kim has suggested that alternative to short-term rentals if the market slows down, such as furnished finders, corporate rentals, things of that nature.
All great suggestions, and we are open to listening to your comments and feedback. If you're listening to us on YouTube, please go ahead. If there is a topic that you have an interest in and maybe us addressing, we'd love to hear it. That brings us to the end of today's podcast.
And our last podcast for 2022.
We'd like to wish all of you a very happy holiday.
And a blessed and safe and healthy new year.